I'm an artist. I became an artist during the quarantine. I just kind of drifted around here in Lancaster, job to job. I tried so many different things, and I would quit every time. 2017, I left for Colorado. I had a lot of emotions during the beginning of the quarantine, as everyone I'm sure did. It just felt like such a lonely time almost immediately, and I had nothing to do. After watching TV for too long, I mean, it had only been a couple weeks, I got tired of that and I had to do something. I'm pretty sure it was March 20th, 2020. So that night I went and bought some canvas and some paint. It was like a good feeling. I would often sit and just like mix a whole bunch of paints. Maybe start with a green, kind of make a night of it. I just found that it helped me immediately.
Kind of like he became obsessed with his art, to paint his bed frame and his television set and his lamps.
I called it my quarantine collection because I did it all in quarantine. I know exactly what is part of that collection because when I moved back from Colorado, anything that was in that U-Haul is part of my collection. These paintings specifically are just the beginning of my process. I would come home from work and I would mix my paints. Associating my feelings with the colors helped as I poured them onto the painting. I really like this piece, and it's my very first piece, and so that's what, it gave me that good feeling. To me, it looks like an Ouroboros, which is the cycle of life. So it kind of made sense to me in that moment because I was kind of coming into like a new life. I've realized that my life has been full of a lot of chaos, and I found like structure also during the quarantine. It's been kind of working for me, and that's what this one kind of represents to me.
I was unsure. It's not that he's been a trained artist and has been schooled, but sometimes they're some of the best.
That is a flat sheet. It started with just like a crumpled sheet in the corner that I was like, whatever, like, let me just throw a bunch of paint at it. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do with it, but if you find something that makes you happy and gives you a purpose, you should follow it. As long as you keep adding to them and adding layers to them, you never know what they're going to look like sometimes. I felt like if I just stuck with it, I'll probably do this until the canvas is covered and got that collection together, I would be able to show it one day. This was me following through and accomplishing something.
And that's a really important part of that story.
It really is, and it's kind of interesting. A great way. A lot of us were trying to figure out how do we deal with this whole, pandemic thing, the quarantines. That's a pretty good way to deal with it.
A lot of people deal with mental health, and that's every piece tells a story in his journey. Now, Jeremy is using his art to draw attention to mental health. He plans to continue showing his work and even selling some pieces to raise money and awareness in support of Mental Health America of Lancaster County.